Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Let us put our hands together and humbly bow down and seek permission for this morning's collective meditation, requesting Mother's permission during the puja, during the morning meditation, and to connect us collectively in the ocean of her silence and thoughtless awareness, in the ocean of her love and joy. Let us raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in a bandhan. Let us take a few deep breaths, keeping our attention at the Sahasrara, watching our hands, just assessing our subtle system. Mother, you who are Shri Adi Kundalini, please raise me higher and higher to be absolutely one with my spirit. Please dissolve everything in me that goes against my spirit to establish my ascent. Mother, I surrender to you. Keeping our attention on the Sahasrara, just watching our hands. Just see wherever, if you're feeling a blockage, a tingling, heat, or nothing at all. Just keep your attention there, on that finger, on that chakra, and surrender it to Mother. Mother, please deepen my connection to the divine. Please establish the silence within me, the divine love within me and my heart. Please make me one with the Param Chaitanya, the all-pervading power of God. Mother, I surrender at your lotus feet. Again, watching ourselves, watching the chakras, questioning ourselves against the innate qualities of these chakras. By imposing the virtues and righteousness of these chakras within ourselves. Mother, I am peace. Mother, I am satisfied. Mother, I am dignity. Mother, I surrender to you. Keeping our attention on the Sahasrara. Let's listen to Shri Mataji's, continue listening to Shri Mataji's speech from yesterday.
Delhi is full of this agya. Such proud and such vain people are here that they always think that they are ruling the whole world. They are the people who are the administrators and the great people belonging to politics, this, that, all ego-oriented. And such people, if you are not ego and superego type, then there is no problem to raise your Kundalini through your Agya. But say in Delhi, since I have come, I have been working on the Agya morning till evening. People are extremely ego-oriented. They all think they are the administrator of the whole world. Delhi is full of this Agya. Such proud and such vain people are here that they always think that they are ruling the whole world. They are the people who are the administrators and the great people belonging to politics, this, that, all ego-oriented. And such people cannot be given realization easily. First their ego has to be brought down and they have to accept God as the supreme being, as the Lord, as the real king of the world. Then only it works out. Now when some people also try to spoil this agya, like moving the eyes, the roving eyes. Christ, imagine, specially mentioned that they say, thou shalt not commit adultery. I say, thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. Just imagine. He talked of the eyes because he's controlling the eyes at that point. But in the West, it's hard to find any man or a woman who doesn't have an adulterous eye. Those who are the followers of Christ have such horrible eyes that you don't know what they are doing. They'll go mad. They can't keep their eyes steady. All the time their eyes turning, this side, that side, this side, that side. They have lusty eyes, or they are looking at things or something else, but it's all joyless. There's no joy. They're just looking at people for no fun at all. आपको हिंदी में बताया कि हमारे एक पहचान के आए थे, उनकी बीवी बहुत सीधी सादी थी बेचारी, तो लंदन आई तो उन्होंने देखा सबकी आंखें ऐसे 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 चल रहे थे, तो उनका ये क्या हो रहा है, तो मैंने कहा कि इसको फ्लर्टिंग कहते हैं। कहले ये क्यों करते हैं लोग, तो मैंने कहा वो ऐसा करते रहते हैं ऐसा। अब मैंने क्या कहूँ क्यों करते हैं, मुझे क्या पता क्यों करते हैं तो मैंने कहा ऐसे करते रहते हैं, वो इसकी बीवी उसको पसंद करती है, उसका हस्बैंड उसको पसंद करता, तो ऐसे चलते रहता है। शादी के बाद ऐसे चलता रहता। मैंने कहा ऐसे चलता मरते दम तक। तो वो काफ़ी हैरान हो, कहने भाई लेकिन मेरी समझ नहीं आया, अपनी चीज़ अपनी है, दूसरे की चीज़ दूसरी, उसमें मज़ा क्या है। उनका ये इनसे पूछिए, और एक नहीं सभी ऐसे। अपने हिंदुस्तानी भी जाके वहाँ ऐसे, यहाँ दिल्ली में यह हाल बहुत खराब, पंजाबियों में तो खास चीज़ होती है, महाराष्ट्र में नहीं है बात ज़रूर। पंजाबियों में तो जब तक हर औरत को मुड़ के न देख लें, जब तक उनकी गर्दन न टूट जाए, वो गर्दन नहीं छोड़ने वाले। यह तो खास चीज़। मैंने तो ये दिल्ली में जब मेरी शादी हुई तब मैंने देखा, लाहौर में पढ़ती तो वहाँ तो और भी कमाल था, लेकिन ये चीज़ इसलिए आई है कि पर्दा सिस्टम आ गई, और पर्दा सिस्टम में लोगों में क्यूरियोसिटी औरतों के लिए हो गई। अब पर्दा भी उठा दिया तो भी वैसे ही चल, माँ बहन नाम की चीज़ बहुत कम है, और इसलिए क्राइस्ट ने कहा Thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. But this was all said as an order by Christ. Of course, nobody obeyed it. On the contrary, like I told you, the Muslims, where it was said not to drink, they started having poems written by Umar Khayyam to challenge Muhammad Sallallahu. But among Christians, they started challenging Christ, all antichrist activities by which innocence of people should be destroyed, by which their eyes will be destroyed, and all the purity of mind will be destroyed. And another extreme started, which was not at all preached by Christ. I don't know how it came into the Christian religion. Is a thing called nunnery and making people brahmacharinis and brahmacharis. You cannot make anyone brahmachari or brahmacharini. It's a state, avastha, where a person has to rise, like Yogeshwara, like Shri Krishna. Despite all that, he was a brahmachari. It's a state of mind. Where you are not involved is a different thing than to just load somebody with an idea that you should become absolutely a brahmachari or a brahmacharini, or you should lead a celibate life, forcing them. Christ never said so. He could not become a married man because he was here on this earth to do one great job, is to make this ascent through this Agya Chakra. That's why he was crucified. By doing this, he was to create a space in the Agya Chakra, and that's what he did at the command of his father and his mother. And he did it. So the people who are doing all this nonsense of celibacy, and which is not, because from the mind there is no celibacy. Celibacy must come from within, the purity must come from within. And that has created problem in Catholicism. And also they started another big stuff like going and confessing to the priest. Now this is also another funny thing, is to go to a priest. Priest is never a realized soul, I've seen it, because if he's a realized soul, he'll run away from priesthood. So they would go and confess it to the priest, and the poor priest would become mad, and the confessor would have a left Vishuddhi feeling the guilt. That was the wrong side of absolutely God. To feel guilty is not necessary. Then after Christ, there were people who would not accept Christ like Jews. So they said that we will not accept Christ and we must suffer because we must suffer for God. Even now Christians believe nonsensically that we should suffer. Now I would say Indians also believe that we have to suffer. But they also knew Mahavishnu is going to come, and when he comes, he will have power to suck our karmas and we don't have to suffer. Actually, that's what happens. When Christ is awakened within you, he sucks your karmas, he sucks your ego and superego. He sucks your karmas, your papas, your conditioning, and that's how you become free. This is a very important point which people must know. That was the great job he did, was to establish himself at the Agya Chakra to suck these two things. And when they suck these two, when he sucks these, then we are above our karmas, our sins and our papas. So we don't have to worry about sins, papas and all that. But these people, we should say those who came to this earth as missionaries who came down to India to preach Christianity, had no idea of Mahavishnu, nor they had any idea of Christ. They came with a gun in one hand and a Bible in the other. And we stupid Indians also didn't know any value of our heritage, and we just said, all right, let's become Christians so that they give us good jobs. And that's how all the job-oriented, all sorts of people became Christian. But actually, they should have told that Mahavishnu is born. If they had read anything of Devi Bhagavad and had told that Mahavishnu is born, then people would have given up this idea that you have to suffer for your karmas. So Indians are still thinking that we have to still suffer for our karmas. We should fast, we should walk, and we should hang ourselves by the nearest tree all the time. This is not needed. What you have to do is to just wait for the moment when the Agya Chakra will be opened, keep in the center, as Buddha has said, keep in the center. And then when the Kundalini rises, all this, whatever is accumulated, will be sucked in and you can get your moksha. This was a simple thing to be done. Instead of that, we Indians believe we must suffer, we must go into fast. Now in Sahaja Yoga, you are not allowed to fast in the name of God. You may fast otherwise, because if you have no money, you can fast. You have to fast in any case. But not in the name of God or your karmas. Then secondly, the Jews refused to accept Christ. As a result, the Jews said that we are not going to accept Christ, we have to suffer. So all right, they suffered and suffered and suffered. So they got Mr. Hitler to put them right, their sufferings. After getting Mr. Hitler, now they are becoming Hitlers. So you can imagine how wrong ideas can take you to such a limit that as a result of this thing that we have to suffer, that Hitler was born to support their wishes that they must suffer. Nobody has to suffer anymore now. You have to work out your Kundalini awakening. And you have to establish yourself very well in Sahaja Yoga. All your sufferings are going to be taken away. One of the names of the Devi is Papa Vimochini. She removes all your papas. Sankata Vimochana, we call it, Shri Ganesha. He is the one who removes all the hurdles of life. And you really, when blessed, you can see that God has so many ways of blessing the people. It is miraculous. Absolutely, it is a miracle. So many people who are in Sahaja Yoga now say that miracle has lost its meaning in Sahaja Yoga. Is a fact. So, one has to understand that God exists. Not only He exists, He acts, He loves. And that we are supposed to know Him. Whatever you may have done, whatever may be the mistakes, you have to become one with God. Because He is your loving Father. He is the Father who is the ocean of love. And only thing you have to do is to just ask for it. When the Kundalini rises, you become one with him, and he wants to bestow all his kingdom, all his powers upon his children whom he has created. So all these funny ideas about religion, that you have to suffer, that you must do penance, that you should become brahmacharis, all these absurd ideas should be given up. You have to be absolutely a normal, happy person. God has done so much for you. He has created so much for you. But even if you want to be miserable, what can one do? As far as mother is concerned, if you want to punish your mother sometimes or say you want to just make her unhappy, then you say, otherwise I will not eat my food. So fasting is not allowed in Sahaja Yoga. But if you have to fast for food or anything, it's all right. But otherwise there is no need to fast except for 1 or 2 days you have to fast. And thus we understand that Agya Chakra, which is the most important door through which everybody has to pass. Everybody has to fast. And that has to be properly worshipped and kept clean. For that, you must keep your attention very clean. Your attention has to be clean. If your attention is soiled, then your Agya Chakra will not be alright. Then you will have hallucinations, you will have wrong ideas, and you will think of wrong things. So if you really want to find the meaning of your being, if you really want awakening of the Kundalini, then know that whatever you have known so far about God or everything has to be revised, has to be again seen for yourself what it is like. Unless and until you pass through this, you cannot be baptized. The people who talk of baptism, like John the Baptist, he was really a realized soul. And when he raised the Kundalini and put the water on the head, he really gave them realization. That is baptism. Christian means a baptized person, but not any Dick, Tom and Harry can put his hand on your head and say you are realized. On the contrary, William Blake says, the priest cursed on my head. It's true, for a realized soul, if you put the hand of a priest who is not a realized soul and who is not properly entitled to do it, children get into problems. We have seen many children who are realized souls who got into problems. Their eyes became squinty, they become funny, their brains went off, and we had to cure them. So it's a very dangerous thing to make everyone put their hands on this pulsating fontanelle bone area, which we call as talu. Talu is the Brahmarandra and is the most important part of a human being. So everybody should be very careful before they touch them. You have to be a realized soul and you have to know how to do it. Means you have to be a Sahaja Yogi. So for your children, when they are born, you have to be careful. If they are realized soul, more so. Because if they are non-realized soul, then their reaction is not so violent. But if they are realized souls, they scream and shout and they can't bear it. So one must understand, though it looks like very traditional or anything like that, one must see that those things which are harmful to human beings must be given up. The time has come for all of us to give up those things which are not good for our health, which are not good for our spiritual being.
Let's keep our attention on the Sahasrars. Continue sitting in meditation. We'll continue listening to the talk again tomorrow. Mother, please let your lotus feet come on my Agya, in my heart, in my attention. Mother, please Help me be victorious on the battlefield of my brain. Please be the ruler of my brain. Shri Mataji, you who are Shri Ganesha, Sankat Vimochana, please remove all the hurdles in the path of my ascent. Let the fragrance of my innocence and my spirit fill my being with joy. Please enlighten my brain and guide my path through my day and my actions. Please do continue sitting for meditation for as long as you want to. Just raise your Kundalini and put yourself in a bandhan and finish whenever you're ready. Have a great day, everyone. Jai Shri Mataji.
Bass. On the tabla. not disturb the bass, because he pressurizes the dagga according to his convenience. Don't change your bass, keep it low. And the tabla should be sharp. And the sitar should have both balanced bass and sharpness. He is playing Bhimpalas in Darbari, but you are not feeling the difference. See the beauty. How he has managed the swaras. Though the song Binati Sunya is in Bhimpalas, yet he is playing it in the Darbari style.